How's it going, guys? I'm Connor from Running Warehouse, and I'm here with Todd, head of product at Puma Running. Today, we've got an all-new offering from Puma. It's big, it's crazy. We got the MagMax. Can you tell us about this shoe and some of the inspiration for it?
Yeah, absolutely. Magnified Nitro has been a shoe that's been selling really well, working really well for a lot of customers. There certainly is a trend around max cushion shoes getting even more and more thick. And with the foam and the way that we can engineer some of the geometries, there was some opportunity with that. So we started actually experimenting with the University of Massachusetts around like what thicker foams could do. And this was kind of the shoe that was the result of that process.
Yeah, stack heights, they keep going up higher and higher. And some people say 40 mils, you can't go higher because the pros have some rules, but we're not all pros. And sometimes having more cushioning gives a better experience.
You can, and we did. So we're at 46 millimeters in the heel, 38 in the forefoot, 8 mil drop. That really with the geometry just is so much heel cushioning and rolls you so nice and smoothly. Yeah, this is a shoe that's coming out, end of 2024, August after the Olympics, that we're really excited about right now.
And we talk about those higher stacks for recovery, for that cushioning, but what's also important is what that foam is composed of. What's the foam here and how is that gonna provide a bouncy experience, a more cruising experience? Where's this shoe gonna fit?
Yeah, so this is one of the premium versions of our everyday Nitro line. It actually is a version of a Puma foam in an everyday shoe. So we're kind of, with Puma and Nitro, we're elevating above the competition to be the best that we can. And this is one of our absolute best everyday race day shoes. So even though you've got a lot of foam and a lot of thickness, it's really light, really bouncy and cushioning. It's a great ride underfoot.
Now, moving on down to the outsole, can you tell us about the layout and how you kind of got set on this rubber design?
Puma Grip is one of the stars of Puma. It's one of the things that we actually did best. I mean, we focused on foams, we focused on a lot of things. People really love the rubber. Because we have so much foam and we kind of brought it up on the medial side, we're able to keep the weight down a little bit. So you certainly have good heel ground contact rubber, a really nice, like consistent roll as you kind of come through. And then a lot of nice cutouts, again, to keep it really lightweight at the max stack, max cushion. And then the last thing while we're kind of here is I'll point out like the width of the base in the heel and in the forefoot. That really works well with the geometry of the foam as far as outsole visual goes, and then even with the midsole, the way it kind of wrap up, so your foot sits right down in there, a nice bucket seat, fit and feel, great fit and ride.
Yeah, I was gonna say the higher we get in stacks, the wider we have to build it out to have that inherent stability. You don't wanna be wobbling around out on the roads. The last thing I wanna talk to you about this midsole is the geometries. That is becoming more and more of a talking point. How important was that with this shoe at this stack height?
It was huge. And going this thick, I mean, you'll see intentionally a lot of the foam is behind the heel, so you can land kind of in a variety of different, foot strikes, which is really good. But then really where we placed that rock, we had a couple of different versions of this prototype. We moved it to just the right spot. So you got great cushioning and excellent midfoot transition, and then just roll right off that toe. I know I keep saying every line, it's a great ride because I'm obsessed with this shoe right now, so.
All right, wrapping the shoe together, we gotta talk about the upper.
Yeah, I mean, this is a rather simple, like engineered mesh. Our form stripe branding is just simple, cap medial, but really wanted to keep that simple is from an upper perspective because we really wanted the midsole to be the hero, most Nitro we've ever put in a shoe, and really focus on those rides and those wrap ups. And then one last little fun, because this shoe has it's almost like a trampoline, right? You're on the ground. We did put a little subliminal hidden bouncy message in the heel, so you'll have to buy your pair in Running Warehouse to see what it actually says and means. But
I mean, I'm excited for this shoe. I've been a little injured, so it's right in my wheelhouse. Last question I have for you is, have you been able to test this shoe, and what was your experience?
I mean, I usually test all the Puma shoes and actually all of the competition shoes. I ran an ultra marathon in June in South Africa and actually tore a muscle in my calf. And so I took 2 to 3 months off, was slowly getting back into it. Got this prototype and was like, okay, we'll try it. Believe it or not, this is about the only shoe that I've been able to run and be healthy in the last 2 months now that I've been getting back into it. I think it's because of that heel cushioning, the transition, and then the way that the forefoot just like gently rolls off. Like you don't feel like you have a shoe on. And everybody's in super shoes, right? Everybody's in all these crazy plates, which are good, but some people can have calf tightness and some of that. So, good cushion with a nice roll off can take some of the pressure off of that rear chain. It's worked for me, it might work for you and others, but.
I mean, I'll take your word for it. I need every little thing I can get to get me back training again at that high level. And I think the MagMax might do the job. If you're looking to get this shoe on your feet, try it out for yourselves. It'll be available very soon here at Running Warehouse.